What's the motherfucking deal? You know that's how I start this shit every motherfucking time, nigga. This is episode 3 of the Self-Therapy Podcast, man. You know how I run it down in the beginning. We're gonna talk about what I'm talking about today. Let me take a sip of the cup. Hold up. Alright, today we're gonna be talking about, today's title is Let the Spirit React. You know what I'm saying? Just let the spirit react. And the topics are going to be having outrageous expectations, allowing women to be women, stuck working for the white man, strong fear, and ground zero. Ground zero is the ending topic. We're going to get deep down into that shit. So just stay prepared, I ain't got no blunt today. Oh, I got a blunt, but I'm saving that shit for after this, cause nigga gotta get to some points today. I can't be babbling and all that shit today and half-ass making points and rushing off the screen. So with that being said, we'll be back after these messages.
Haven't been at the spot, gotta lay low. Sticks on 6'2", ain't on halo. Having real hits, man, on the payroll. Ain't no place in the world that I can't go.
Yeah, he said, at what point do you start seeing bread? Been out hustling for years, shoebox right under my bed. I moved to work out my mama's house, got me a little old.
Alright, welcome back. To the Self-Therapy Podcast. Y'all know where you at, goddammit. You wanna go ahead and relax, kick it, cause your ass is on the goddamn, you on the fucking trauma couch right now, man. So just kick back and listen to this game real quick. So today on the trauma couch, on the Self-Therapy Podcast, the first topic is we're talking about having outrageous expectations. If y'all wondering what's in my cup, we ain't doing nothing but drinking a little wine today. I had to do it a little more classier for this one. But within letting the spirit react, you gotta confront your outrageous expectations. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have an outrageous expectation, it's usually the ego that's leading you to believe this is how it should go. On another note, to better say this, when you have an outrageous expectation, it's going to lead to disappointment. Now, I know I ain't saying shit that everybody don't already know, but still I had to talk about it because yet motherfuckers are still having expectations of how life should be. And I want to talk about this topic because I'm still a victim of that. I'm still a victim of having depression and feeling like I should be somewhere that I'm not, and not accepting the fact that I'm where I'm at simply because of having having unrealistic expectations, outrageous expectations. I can't. It's certain shit that I want to do, but I don't have the means to do it. So this is when it comes down to when people be talking about, when they get to, like influencers telling you that you settling if you go to it, if you work a 9 to 5, if you do this and that. Well, if you settling if you ain't living the life you want. But I want people to know this. There's a thing called logic. There's a thing called being logical. There's a thing called reality. And a lot of us can't escape reality or can't switch our reality into the fantasy world just by, you know what I'm saying, just off of GP. And I'm saying some of them. I'm only saying some of us can't do it because we don't have the means. So what do you do when you have outrageous expectations with no means? Of course you don't complain. So I ain't telling nobody to fucking complain. I wouldn't acknowledge I wouldn't advise nobody to go out here and beg for no money or beg for a position in life. You got to make your fucking way. So all I'm saying is having outrageous expectations will leave you disappointed every time. Because if you expect anything, I'm talking about even your mama to be a mama. I'm talking about your father to be a father. If you expect anything, if you expect your child to be an A and B honor roll student just because you want it to, and then it grows up and it turns into, and it just gets C's and D's, are you gonna shun your child? Of course you can push it to be better, but what if it don't? We talking about the what ifs, the possible what ifs, not imaginary what ifs. We talking about people choose different they choose different walks and paths of life. So you having an expectation on a certain path that you wanted your child or your child to live, or you are a certain person, your friend, that you had the idea how you seen shit going. When it goes the opposite way, we need to learn how to counteract disappointment. And the only way to counteract disappointment is to let go of these bitch ass expectations. Now I let go of one of the expectations that I may not be just a top tier. I'm a top tier rapper to my fucking self. You know what I'm saying? You can go look up the shit on my fucking page, look on my YouTube page, go all the way down, nigga. The raps begin there. But yeah, I'm a top tier rapper to myself. You know, a lot of niggas ain't fucking with me. But I'm 28 now. You know what I'm saying? So it's either I gotta kick it in gear and I gotta bust a move and get it how I gotta get it, or sit the fuck back and let the young niggas take over. Because I'm still a young nigga, but I'm almost an old nigga, considering the age frame of the new era. You know what I'm saying? They consider me an old uncle ass nigga right now, you know? So me having the wisdom that I do have in this world, that's why I issue it the way I issue it. It may not be the best of. You can go get better knowledge from somebody else. I ain't giving y'all nothing but 10% of my brain. I ain't giving y'all nothing but 10% of what I could actually learn and tell y'all, because I'm still learning shit. I don't come to the platform unless we got something to talk about. I create my own topics. So to get off of the topic of having outrageous expectations, it's right into the next topic. So before I get off of the topic, I'm gonna say this: women are some of the motherfuckers, and I'm gonna get to the men too, but women are some of the motherfuckers on this earth that continue to have outrageous expectations, and particularly black women have even black men have a godlike look on each other, but we want each other to be two different gods, you know. Black women look at us and have this outrageous expectation that when one nigga does something wrong, that we supposed to all have it's supposed to be some kind of army of niggas to go check this one nigga. Now, I believe in that, but it's called the Nation of Islam. And then if the Nation of Islam can't spread out like that, what make you think that the little intermediate gangs that we got can't gonna spread out when everybody got their own focus? So what I want everybody to know is the fact that we in a new time. It's certain niggas out here, and then let me get on the men. It's certain niggas that ain't thinking about provision, ain't thinking about providing because they don't have the platform, they don't have the means, and they don't have the army of people to gain means to provide. So through their whole life, just like me, they sleeping in cars, they trying to find a job, they still working for the white man, they still trying to stack paper. So how the fuck can a nigga that ain't even thinking like me, see, I protect black women, I ain't gotta say this shit, but I'm saying to the niggas that literally don't feel like protecting y'all, or feel like it's a problem protecting black women, them niggas don't have nothing to go home to. So are you really seeking protection from every black man, or y'all gotta point out who's the expected motherfucker to hop out when shit is going on? Because we all can't. If shit happen in Alabama and I stay in Texas, I'm gonna have to drive a few hours to go do anything, and I don't have the means. That means I can't leave my apartment because I gotta pay bills. When shit like that is going on, we all lost in the line of who's protecting who. Because it's black niggas getting hung, and we heard about the sister. It's now it's a sister that done got hung, and to me shit just got real. And before black women get to saying, oh well this and that, cause before y'all try to say like I'm saying that niggas been getting hung and now that it's a black woman it's an outrage. No, I'm saying it's an outrage with me when that happened too. Because the brothers, we get hung and it gets swept under the rug and called a suicide. But what I've realized when shit happened to black women, it's more of an outrage. Because what I'm witnessing is, I feel like it's some kind of black woman gang going on. Like they finna leave us out, brothers. And I'm only speaking on what I see. I may not say this shit how a motherfucker wanna receive it, but what I see is there's a black woman gang starting. And I ain't saying like it's gonna kill us and none of that. Not no gang like Crips and Bloods or they packing guns and shit. I'm saying that there's this sort of, okay, we don't need men, and then the men that there's rare men that's protecting us, so we gonna deal with the rare men we got, but we gonna bash the rest of you bitch ass niggas. That's what the gang is about. That's what the black women are doing. Like some black women are doing this shit. Some that is like black women taking over type of shit. And ain't nobody reaching a hand out to, and I don't want to sound like no simp ass nigga or like I care, because we have to provide for ourselves as men. But they not reaching a hand out like, okay, let's help the blacks. Let's go somewhere and figure out what the black brothers are trying to construct. Who can we fund that's making black men better? With all the paper that black women are praising and acting and throwing around, and oh, I'm glad to see black women getting paper and this and that and this. I'm glad to see that shit too. But y'all gotta realize, you cannot have a traditional expectation on the man that is not in that traditional stance to provide anymore. Because look, you're providing for yourself now. Back then, you needed the extra motherfucking leg. So my question to black women is, what do y'all need now besides providing? Or instead, because some of y'all don't really need a nigga money. Y'all don't need a nigga crib. Y'all don't need a nigga car. So now that that's the new tradition, now that that's the new age, now that we here with this shit, that you don't, that a nigga can't even, you don't even need a nigga to pay your rent. So now it's the question of, what do black women need? Next topic. So to finish to finish the topic of having outrageous expectations, black women still have the outrageous expectation that a man's supposed to pay all your fucking rent or all this kind of shit, and he can't even get himself afloat in white supremacy. And this is what I got to say to the brothers. You shouldn't be dating if you can't pay that woman rent. I'm on both sides. But what I still gotta ask the sisters is, now that you can provide for yourself, what else can a nigga provide for? What else can a nigga help you with? Now, here we go. That hops into the next topic, nigga. Allowing women to be women. Because I don't want none of y'all to think that I'm bashing y'all because y'all making paper. You have to allow a woman to be a woman. Now, see, we finna dig into this topic. What I mean by allowing a woman to be a woman is no matter what you say as a brother, no matter if you trying to coach her, it don't matter if you trying to make money with the motherfucker, it don't matter if you trying to just fuck or be in a relationship. They have a set plan on how this relationship is going to go as far as being with a man. We talking about heterosexuals. As far as being with a man, they have an idea of it's my way or the highway, especially now. And you got to respect that as a man. I'm not here to cry. Don't think I'm crying over how women behave and no shit like that. That ain't what this shit about. This shit is just about how you keep a woman in this new. To me, this is just my game. How you keep a woman is you just allow a woman to be a woman. That's why the topic is the topic. Allowing women to be women is simply that. I don't have a deep psychological way to put shit, but that, nigga. Let that woman be a fucking woman. Stop trying to micromanage the motherfucker. If she twerk ass on the internet, support it. That's where I'm at with it. Because that's the way you can win with black women. My brothers, we in the shoes now to where, just like I said, we can't provide no more. Or we can, but it's mediocre to whoever we providing for it. And that's why I tell my brothers to fuck with the women that are on your level financially. Like a woman that you can give $10 to and it helped her out. What the problem that men have is that they shoot above their range. They try to go get a woman that can make $10,000 by herself, and he work at Subway. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. That's gonna be a conflict of interest, nigga. Because she can pay her own bills and your $100 ain't doing shit but helping the light stay on. Now, some women are okay with a nigga just being mediocre in the crib. But as a man who fell off a million times before and still falling off to this day and still got knowledge of failure, I'ma only come to y'all and relay the message of how not to fail. Or how to get your foot out of the failure bucket, nigga. Because I'm going through failure for you niggas. My purpose is to bump my head and come to the platform, throw that shit to y'all. At least that's one of my purposes that I've built for myself. Because, just like I said, my sweaters and shit shirts I be making and shit, that shit ain't selling nothing. But back to the topic. You gotta allow women to be women. Because if you don't, you're gonna find yourself trying to control her, and then the shit gonna switch into how she wanna flip it anyway. If say if y'all had an argument and she was on some shit like you misogynistic, and then you trying to prove to her it ain't. The fact that if you have somewhere in your life where you ain't gonna allow a woman to be a woman and bump her fucking head, see, this is what I mean. You gotta allow a woman to bump her head, because if you don't, like I said on Twitter, I put this shit on Twitter. If you don't allow a woman to bump her head, she's not gonna first of all, she ain't gonna feel liberated. They want to feel liberated nowadays. This is the era of liberation. So you have to allow it, because they haven't been able to do this kind of shit so freely. They haven't been able to choose the men they want and fuck them, and you know what I'm saying, and pay for the hotel room and fuck the nigga they want that they think is cute and he broke. You know what I'm saying? That shit wasn't. This shit is becoming now. This shit is like, I'm talking about for it to be happening in a constant state to where women have the apartment and the men ain't got shit, and then they can pay for the dick. That's a new era. So ain't no controlling them. This is what I'm saying. Let me just chop my message up. Ain't no controlling them, so you have to allow them to be uncontrollable. And they'll start gravitating to what they feel like, okay, I need this support. Because they don't really know what they want right now. Because we've been stripped from even showing them what the fuck they want. We haven't been able to provide due to the lack of better jobs in the community, or the lack of knowledge, and just so much racial and white supremacist oppression. We're going through so much oppression that our brothers ain't got the time to really just I mean, I ain't gonna say got the time, that their brains is focused elsewhere. And if me not being high and far, I'm not talking down on them because I'm not higher in life than the motherfuckers who can't allow women to be women. But I will tell y'all this. If you allow a woman to be a woman, she gonna come through for you. That's really my point in that. Now, next topic. A nigga stuck working a 9 to 5, man. A nigga stuck working for the white man. Now, how many of us got this problem? You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to kick it because the shit is just too real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit get depressing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that, first of all, I'm a late bloomer and I don't have resources in my family to lean on when I don't have a job. Like, I wouldn't have had to go homeless if I had really like a stand-up family to go to. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't the shit on my family. That ain't to make it seem like y'all the reason why I'm broke. But when you get to an age where you really sit back and you look in that mirror and you're alone. No matter who you are, you gotta be. That's why it's Lone Wolf TV, because this is for the loners. My brain span and certain shit I say is not gonna be compatible with extroverts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be compatible with outgoing people all the time. Because I'm not an outgoing motherfucker. I'm so secluded in myself to where I'm like, what the fuck do you even really need the next nigga for but to be beneficial? Some people make it seem like you need people around to gain some kind of hidden love in yourself. When really at the end of the day, nigga, you the nigga that stuck at that 9 to 5. So, and I'm not saying it like the next nigga that you may be talking to ain't in a 9 to 5 situation as well. But I'm bringing this topic up because I'm sick of white supremacy being the standard motherfuckers writing a check. Where are the black businesses that's like, come here? You know what I'm saying? That want to hire black people. We can't. Every black owned business I done work for, or I worked for one black owned business, and them niggas, I wasn't getting shit. I swear to God, I was getting 163 every 2 goddamn weeks. I ain't even gonna put their name out there because it's a black owned business, and I want them to prevail. Just because my check was looking shitty don't mean that. I mean, I wasn't willing to stay down. But this is what I'm saying. The white man write that check of that black owned business because. I mean, they was in the black business I was working for was stashed in a white neighborhood. And yeah, they was LGBT niggas, so I know the bussy juice was down the line of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't treating me with no kind of respect either. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was hot as fuck, no AC in the back, and washing dishes. And then they wanted me to act like this uppity black nigga that I wasn't. So, you know what I'm saying? When she get like that, you know, like, that's when I start telling motherfuckers, you gotta get a skill. Shout out to Jason Black because he the one tell you this shit. Getting a skill is something that's real serious right now. And for some reason, I've been bullshitting with my life thinking I'm gonna be, my only skill has been rap. And that's what got me stuck at this 9 to 5. Is what I feel. This is just me. The universe probably know me better than myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am the universe, and whatever it is, I'm still confused on certain shit. I be trying to open my chakras up to certain shit, but certain shit just get too real sometimes, man. And I know one thing that's for real is I'm done with really just stressing over 9 to 5s. I want to find paper. I want to find like a way, and maybe I'll crash my brain, or maybe I'll end up killing myself trying to find that way, but shit, so be it. So, you know, when I'm stuck working for the white man, that lead into the next topic. Lead right into the next topic, man. Having strong fear. I be having strong fear of a motherfucking change, man, because, you know, I'm a Taurus, and that's one of our fears. One of our fears is changing or changing and having to adapt to something new. Now I adapt to uncertainty. I can adapt to instant change like that, but having to really sit back and think, and do I want to go back into the workforce type of shit and all that, man, that shit come with strong fear. Like, chasing your dreams come with ending strong fear, and that's what all the greats, that's what everybody that I listen to tell me, that you gotta let the fear go. And maybe that's something I need to pick up on and take up on that and take their offer up on that and see if that's a way for real, because so far I ain't been getting no motherfucking where, and that's real shit. And the only reason I come to the platform is to be real with my motherfucking self and to tell the world that you ain't alone if you feel like, you know what I'm saying, if you feel like the world is against you, my nigga, because I'm in the bond, nigga. I'm fucked up right now. And I ain't even trying to hide it from nobody no more. I don't give a fuck, nigga. If you making paper, I salute you, nigga. I ain't even. Nigga, all that beef shit, all that shit dead, nigga, because I'm out here. I'm still out here. If you ain't out here, my nigga, I ain't worried about you. We ain't in the same lane. Whether you either above me or you below me. And if you below me, my nigga, why the fuck would I even bother to fuck with a motherfucker that's doing worse than me? You know, some strong fear. You know, we're gonna hop off of that. We're gonna go on ahead and head to the real deal problem. Ground zero. That's where I'm at. Now see, a lot of people are like, what you mean by ground zero? What is ground zero? Ground zero is the place of peasants. You know? When you hear motherfuckers say, man, I gotta start from ground zero. Ground zero is where you could possibly die going back there. Man, let me get real. Ground zero is like, nigga, that's the place of depression. That's the place of suicidal thoughts, nigga. That's the place of giving up. That's the place of cutting people off. Like, that's the space of totally distancing yourself, not just socially, nigga. Just kind of disconnecting from the whole fucking world real quick. Ground zero. But starting from ground zero is kind of like a best refreshment you can ever have, really, man. And I'm learning that right now. I'm only first day. I'm like first week in ground zero, because let me tell you this. This is what I consider ground zero. Not having your finances together, not having no savings, and on the verge of homelessness. Now, one thing about it is I don't fear homelessness. I don't fear not having shelter, because honestly, when you get out there and you gotta hit the ground, shit is like, when you're back against the wall, you always go hard, is what I'm trying to say. So don't think I'm on some I just said all that, like suicide and all that shit, to indicate that ground zero can put you there. Ground zero come with all them obstacles. And what I mean by people are scared to drop the ground zero is because some people have escaped some of that shit that ground zero come with. And when you know damn well you mentally better and you gotta drop down back to ground zero, I feel like that's like a universal test to see if you can deal with losing it all again. But then again, this is what ground zero is to me. I either feel like it's an indication that what you trying to do ain't shit, or you ain't shit. Now see, I know y'all think I'm talking about you ain't shit. No, that's something for me to think about too, because I hit ground zero yet again. You know what I'm saying? What am I cursed? Or is it something that's coming out of the universe? You'll never know until the universe presents you with what your life gonna be. When you can't see that shit, depression is sitting right there on your fucking shoulder, because you can only go with what you know. You can only go with what the world has shown you already. And if you ain't really just been presented with nothing that's You just felt super happy for it. How the fuck can you feel happy for anything that's or is going to happen in your life? So, ground zero comes with depression. It comes with all these thoughts, man. And I'm embracing it. I'm in ground zero, nigga. I ain't got nothing. I don't have no ego to offend nor protect. And a lot of motherfuckers scared of ground zero because they used to be there. But if you used to be there, that means you can kind of either work through the shit or you got a better skill on getting through it this time. So I ain't gonna let ground zero get me down, man. I'm in ground zero. I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's all fucked up right now, but I'm gonna make a way. I'm gonna for sure make a goddamn way. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Today was more of a mellow one for me. You know, I don't never want y'all to think that I'm some kind of psychiatrist or I'm a self-therapist, okay? I mean, I only do this shit for myself. And if whatever you get out of this, I appreciate you watching it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want y'all to think that I'm some kind of scholar. I know I say a lot. I know I be sounding like I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. That's why I do this shit. I talk this shit. Because there's some truth coming out of it. I know you heard me talk some truth out of this shit. So, one thing motherfuckers got to realize is ground zero is going to always be there for you. So humble yourself and keep grinding. Because I ain't crying about this shit. I just don't have a solution. And I got to find one. As a man, I ain't asking for nobody's help. I'm finna find one. I suggest you let your spirit react. I suggest you let the spirit react. Feeling like this blunt. Finish the rest of my wine. Excuse me. Finish the rest of my wine and light this blunt. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope y'all have a better one than me. I hope y'all have a greater life than me. Shit. I ain't against nobody living better than me, nigga. I'm here for the failure. I'm here to take it on for y'all. I'm here to take on all the beef. I'm the non-conformist. I'm the informer. I'm the self-therapist. Whatever you want to dish at me, come with it. If you need me to attack a troll, I got you. Because I don't have a heart. I don't have feelings. I don't have emotions. The non-conformist. This has been the Self-Therapy Podcast, Episode 3. Let the spirit react. Let the spirit do the talking. I'm out this bitch. Fuck the police. By the way.